Per piacere, cominciamo ragazzi.
It's like children at school.
Yeah. Philippe, Manon. Ralph. Sì, adesso va. Come on, I ask everybody to sit down, please. Silent. Okay. Now we can start with the next section. I ask to Claudio to come here and to present the other guest for the last section. We have Maurizio Pelosi from Club Italia, Roland Krakow from Interparking, and I hope to say in the right way, Pritiori Kemani from NFC Forum.
Good morning again to everybody. Thanks for attending to this panel that from my point of view is very interesting because we will speak about one of the main important components of this type of technology that also Calypso is using, speaking about NFC. And the aim of this panel is to talk about what does it mean to use this type of components not only in public transport, but also for other applications, and which is the state of the art in this type of other application. There are a lot of applications, of course, and also at the end to listen from NFC Forum, which is the forecast in terms of evolution of this type of technology that is very important, of course, also for mobility services. So I will let the floor to Maurizio that will speak about the guideline that Club Italia is preparing, designing, especially for parking. Thank you, Maurizio.
Thank you, Claudio. Good morning, everyone. I'll try to present the Club Italia guideline, but first of all, I would like to thank you for this opportunity to share with you experience and we hope best practice to build together. Today I will speak on behalf of Club Italia, and I would like to thank our General Manager, Claudio Claroni, for having asked me to present our contribution that we wrote together. We are particularly happy to be here today in Venice as Calypso is an organization which has strong relationship with the Club Italia, and the 80–90% of Club Italia members use Calypso products and applications. And also we would like to thank you again, AVM, for the great workshop that we made in Venice in May of this year, which is one of the best event ever in the history of Club Italia. So let's go on with the roadmap that we would like to present for you. The first is the object, the goal of the guideline. The second one is the main elements to consider, and at the end, the parking and the mass system. This is the roadmap that we would like to present for you. Club Italia started its first guideline about mass in collective transport in 2021. And in 2022 was published the second edition of this job with a very vertical focus on organization and technical aspects about mass and project and so on. And after these two editions, we are going to work for the third edition of this work that will be very vertical about parking and the relationship between parking and mass. Well, here there are the most important mobility systems that we considered in our second edition of guideline, and particularly we'll focus on parking in on the road and in a structure area. And also we are going to analyze the main relationship between parking and mass and all the information that are necessary to make a good mass experience. Here we presented the 9 project phases of a mass system that we described in the second edition of Guideline of Club Italia, and again, we'll focus on the relationship between parking and mass system, particularly about actions that must be carried on, activities and object of study and realization. Here there is the digital flow of the mass that you already know, of course, and the focus again after the request of the citizen about a trip planning, the response of the system, and at the end, the validation also in a parking area. Here you can find the main aspects that we are going to consider in our project. The first one is the national context, national regulatory context, and the main data and trend about SOSTA and mass. The second one is the regulatory context about in different territorial areas like regional, national, and international level, and which are the main or most important governance models. Then again, we'll try to analyze the main technological innovation about about parking systems, and also in a system integration keys. Then we'll try to analyze the main operational and management aspects to consider in different territorial areas like metropolitan or suburban, extra-urban, and specific industrial areas, and also about intermodality. And we'll focus on user experience. And after that, we'll analyze the main aspect of the parking in surface parking and parking in the structure, and also the main ticket that we need, that a user needs to access the system. And after the information ex ante, ongoing, and after the access, will analyze, of course, the main focus of Club Italia activities, which is the payment system and the specific technological requirements for the ticket to access the parking area. And also we'll try to analyze the integration with other mobility systems and other opportunity for the citizen to buy, for instance, culture or food or entertainment packages in general. At the end, the parking and the mass, which is the most important part of the Club Italia guidelines, in which we'll try to analyze with a matrix of technical and functional requirements, main goals that and main aspects that colleagues spoke already. For instance, standardization of data and information, the trip planning, the setup of the ticket and all the aspects about registration, management, and profiling of the user. And then again, the method of payment, the emission of a ticket, the access and the validation and the clearing and business intelligence, which are very important to Project AMAS. At the end, we'll try to highlight possible sustainability models about economic and environmental aspects. And also, we'll try to describe best practice in a national and international scale, and an example of a master plan. This is the main Club Italia members that that made a great contribution to this project. Club Italia and iPark are the main organizational member, but together with Club Italia and iPark, there will be many players that will give their contribution to this job. And there are public transport operators, there are intelligent transport system suppliers, and also some important association, of course, together with Calypso, that we hope will make a great contribution to this third edition of guidelines that we hope we'll be able to share with you and we would like, of course, to keep you updated about our job development. So, thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks a lot, Maurizio. It's a very interesting job. I would like to remember that this type of deliverable are one of the main tasks of Club Italia, because it's something where they are working since a lot of times and collecting a lot of knowledge from everybody, industry and transport operator. Now I will leave the floor to Roland for interparking, just to listen from him what's about the task and also, of course, which is the evolution that where they are working on it. Thank you, Roland.
Well, President, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, dear colleagues, so I will approach it through the approach of car parking. So car parking, as you may know, 30% of the cars which you see driving in a city are cars which are looking for a parking space. So this is a major challenge we are all confronted with, and certainly with the environmental challenges we have. So we are a car parking company, and I wish to thank Gianluca Cuzzolin for the excellent organization and also for Philippe Vapro, who has led before you for many years the Calypso movement, which has such an important role and a technology we have taken on board in our car parking activities. So in a few words, I will present who we are, what we do, and then, and that's maybe more important for you, what do we do with the Calypso technology. So as a car parking group, we are active in Western continental Europe and also in Central Europe, 9 countries. You see them on the map. We are very present in Italy. We have our largest car park of our whole portfolio here in Venice, which is a neighbor of ACTV, where we can host almost 5,000 cars on the Tranchetto Island, a huge building, as well as buses and also other type of heavier vehicles. So not only are we present here in Venice in Italy, but we are also active in the on-street car parking business in more than 100 Italian cities, and in Europe, more than 400 cities. We have more than 1,000 car parks in our portfolio. We employ 2,200 persons, and our turnover in 22 was of 500 million, and this year will be of about 560 million. That's size-wise who we are and what we try to do geographically. Our business is actually to design car parks, to build car parks, buy car parks, and everything which we have designed, built, and or bought, we operate. So we are collectors of car parks. That's how, after so many years, we have more than 1,000 of these operations in Europe. Car parks are also very different. It's like real estate. In real estate, you have offices, you have retail, you can have logistics. But in car parks, it's the same. You have car parks at airports, you have city center car parks, you have car parks at offices, you have shopping centers, residentials, cruise car parks also. Even though now at the moment in Venice, cruise ships are not coming anymore, but in some other cities like in Cannes or in Nice in southern France, we have car parks which are used for these for the passengers of these cruise ships. Now, the Calypso technology has been taken on board in the context of our P-Card project, which we started quite many years ago. As a car park operator, we had one very major challenge, and that was that we had no knowledge of who were our clients. With the exception of the subscription clients, which represented, say, 15%, maybe 20% of our clients, we had no idea of who were our other clients, and we wanted to communicate with them so as to be able to promote our services and products. And that's how we started with the concept of P-Card based on the Calypso technology. And these P-Cards in the first stage were just based on the magnetic strip technology, and then we switched to the RFID technology of the P-Card, with as a first objective, who is coming in our car parks. In the second phase, where we were able to develop intermodality with public transport, with players who were using the same technology, it was possible to have our clients access public transport and some public transport clients access our premises. It also enabled us to improve the quality of the experience of our clients. We are now dematerializing more and more this P-Card, physical P-Card, and which enables, on the basis, for example, of plate recognition technology, it enables our clients to enter and exit in a totally seamless way our car parks. which gives really an excellent experience. You just arrive to the car park, the barrier goes open because you are immediately recognized, and all the back office is based on these technologies. It enables us also, in the context of a major new challenge as far as car technology is concerned. I'm speaking about EV charging, electrical vehicles. Well, we are using the same technology to enable our clients to access the EV chargers in our car parks so as to enable them to charge their cars. So we see that this really technology, which initially we took on board just to be able to better communicate with our clients, is opening a very important amount of additional services. Also, car wash services are being paid with this technology in our portfolio. And very importantly, this enables us, we have about 130 million clients per year. Well, it enables us to gather data on the way they use this service, these P cards, based on the Calypso technology. It enables us to do data mining, to suggest to our clients to try this or that product, to inform them of challenges in the portfolio, new technologies, problem in specific cities. So it has become really, I would say, the backbone of the way we communicate with our clients. And secondly, it enables us to open to them quite a few other services, intermodality being one, but EV charging becoming more and more important, another one. So this is the way we have been developing or applying this technology to our core business. And today we have almost 1.2 million clients who use our FID Calypso-based technology within our portfolio. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks a lot, Roland. It's very interesting, also due to the fact that we are involved in the full life cycle of the services, not only in the single components or specific parts of this type of business. I will ask you something more after the next presentation, where I leave the floor to Preti. Is the right name? Is the right name? Preti?
Yes, yes. Okay. I like to call myself Pretty.
Pretty. Yeah. Thank you, Preti.
Thank you. Thank you, Calypso Networks, for inviting NFC Forum. 2 consecutive years, love to be here, and excited to share what we are doing within the NFC Forum. Thanks, Manon, Philip, for setting up the liaison, and Giovannini for introducing us here. So we heard about, I've been hearing about NFC and RF certification yesterday as well as today. We love it when we talk about, when you as users of NFC talk about, you as service providers using NFC talk about NFC, we love it at NFC Forum. The kind of work we are doing at the forum, it's standards and standardization, very similar to what you do at Calypso Networks. And I'll walk you through today what are the exciting things that we are doing there, which would be good information for you. But before I go into what we are doing today, I would like, I have 2 brief slides on what is NFC so that we can all start from the same point. For those who know it, excuse me for the next 2 slides, but I would like to still go through them. There might be something exciting for you to take away. NFC Forum, as you know, is a standards-based short-range wireless technology that operates at 13,56 megahertz. And the short range of 5 millimeters, as well as the power transfer that happens over this magical air interface, is what makes this technology unique. especially when you want to add any services where you want to show the user, the consumer, commuter intent, and you want to show the presence. So whenever you want to know presence, it's only possible when somebody comes and taps the card or the phone or the wearable really close to it. So that places NFC in a very unique place as a technology. The forum itself is now almost 500 members, and I'm really excited about it. The contribution comes from the leading technology advocates. This is the one forum where I see in the board we have semiconductor providers, we have service providers, as well as we have the mobile platform providers, which makes for very good conversations as to how shall we bring this technology to the next level. And in this, we are also offering a very close liaisons with application services like you have at Calypso Network. And there, I feel NFC Forum is really a complementary standard to Calypso. So we take care of the RF certification part, and you can then worry about how to bring the services that you want to offer thereafter. So you don't need to worry about, and as we heard yesterday from the gentleman from Mexico, that really helps public transport operators to not worry about whether the air interface is going to work or not. So now let me share with you a few things that we are doing at the NFC Forum, which is going to be useful for you. You all have observed that the mobile wallets, including wearable devices, are growing faster and every day. This surge that we see in NFC with urban densities of population across the world, this is no news for us anymore. Contactless payments that we see have been growing at an exponential rate of 221%, expected by 2026. And more than 50% of this growth is supposed to come from payment-enabled mobile devices. So what for us is interesting to know is what is it that the consumers want? And what we are very happy to hear is 73% of consumers say for them what is important is speed and convenience. And that seems to be driving the contactless payments right now. The journey for contactless, as well as within NFC Forum, we have seen it go through the whole cycle. It's with payment, transit, ticketing, now digital keys, loyalty, identity. It is moving quickly towards becoming an ubiquitous technology. I can be confident, because of the ABI survey that we ran within the NFC Forum, that at least 90% of you, and if I look around the room, perhaps all of you, have a contactless phone or a contactless card in your wallet, which basically is enabled by the standards that we have developed at the NFC Forum. What else? This is a blessing, as well as it poses some challenges for us. So what we have been doing within the forum is looking at how can NFC help urban mobility. And in this, I see the surge of mass is exciting. The surge of mass is exciting for us because we see mass is opening up services, applications, which it cannot do alone. It needs an enabler, and that's where NFC technology comes into play. And we enable mass to fulfill these needs that your consumers and your commuters have. It allows easier transport access. It is more affordable when you come to think of it, amount of fraud that can happen if you do not have a secure technology like NFCs. And it is broadly interoperable. As I was sharing, the key advocates of NFC are all the mobile platform providers and all the contactless solution providers that are leading in that space today. So this enables your consumers, your users, your customers to be better, to have more up-to-date computer information for you, and support also visitors and occasional travelers that come into your system. Overall, it is a more frictionless commerce. So we truly believe that NFC is an enabler to which can power mass applications. And in this, I have been co-authoring a white paper from NFC Forum. For those of you who are interested, can go onto our website and download that NFC-powered mass white paper to learn more about what are the various aspects that NFC Forum can offer, what are the various aspects that this technology can offer to bring your mass applications. I have promised you all that I will come and share with you what we are doing next. And this is where I come to the exciting part of my presentation. We have been listening to our stakeholders. And a lot of our stakeholders come from, as I mentioned earlier, from a broad range of applications. So here is for you what we are doing next. NFC, as you know, is a 20-year-old standard. So it is pretty stable, and now we are gearing it up for the next 20 years. So how do we do that? There are these 5 big roadmap items that we have launched. One is increasing power for NFC wireless, multi-tap, a multi-purpose tap, increasing range, modernizing our device-to-device communication, as well as expanding data formats. Of this, I believe the multi-purpose tap as well as increased range are 2 roadmap items which were singularly put in there because of the surge of NFC in public transport and mass applications. So the next couple of slides, I will deep dive a little bit on each of these 2 so that you can understand what we are doing there. So for multi-purpose tap, we are defining an architecture where several actions can be completed over a single tap. This will help for mixed modal total journey ticketing, paperless receipts, loyalty cards shared at the time of payment, and so on and so forth. And the overall architecture would be in the format. So this is a concept that I can share with you where we are securely passing several layers of information in a single tap. So there, a commuter or a consumer who is trying to access a service can, for example, get the permissions to purchase, discounts and loyalty, and get a ticket while making the payment, as well as receipts, digital receipts, and all the data processing that can be done, all in a single tap. Going further, increased range. So why do we want to do that? One of the things that we have observed is as I mentioned, user convenience, ease of use has been coming up in various surveys that we have done at the NFC Forum. So we are revisiting ranges from today's 5 mm to up to 4 to 5 times of current operating distance. In this, we believe if we are able to achieve it, it's going to improve performance in all tap actions for your deployment of NFC technology, will improve usability of reader mode-like actions where you are using the NFC technology for point of sale or for validation, and so on and so forth. The impact for this, apart from improving user experience, we do understand would be user perception for the various, for this fast connection and the transfer speeds that they will observe. So if I have excited you even more about NFC technology and its use, here is what I call for action for all of you. Get involved within the forum. Use NFC payment terminals in transit to support NFC, which would also trend towards wearable contactless payments. Build and buy NFC certified products and components, and join the conversations that we are having in this roadmap. So the two topics that I shared with you are currently happening, and this is like a sneak peek for all of you. What we have done at the NFC Forum is we have opened up in the last year also a free membership level. So if you are interested, you can join for free and join the committees where the use cases are defined. We want to hear you. We want to understand what implementation challenges you're facing. And this is the one chance that you have to engage kostenlos, as they say in German, without any, it's a free offer from the forum. How do you want to join? If you are interested to join this free membership, simply write an email to membership@nfcforum.org and come together with us, shape the future of NFC technology and the contactless lifestyle for your citizens. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Preeti. I have just some questions for the panel, starting from Roland. If you can tell us something about a project where you are working with the full interoperability also of public transport.
Well, we have been working with the Belgian, well, in Brussels with the STIB, which is the Brussels public transport company, so as to promote the use of public transport by our clients. And we have been able to actually have 10% of our clients having a P card using public transport in that context. That was an example. But this has to be extended and in a more global way. But that's one specific example.
Thank you. And just another question is about, again, about how you are facing some new solution for some solution for parking where the technology that is used is geolocalization, where it's enough to probably to have to localize your park, especially on the roads, and to pay.
Well, as far as, if I understand you well, geolocalization of your vehicle. Yes. Well, this we don't do with our P cards. We do that with our app, which is, we have various apps according to the geographies where we are active, but we have one possibility in our app when you park your car just to identify its location, so when you have to find it back, you are brought back to your car. But it's, that's still at early times at the moment.
Okay, thank you. I have a question also for Maurizio, because I would like to know something more about the type of organization that you involved as a main participant of your job, especially about A-Park and so on.
Thank you, Claudio. First of all, I would like to tell you that I'm very sorry for my slides, which were in Italian. If you're interested, hopefully, I will translate in English, of course. Thanks for your question, Claudio. The working group, which Club Italia built up, follows the mission of Club Italia. Club Italia is an association which includes public transport operators, the most important association about public transport and mobility in Italy, and also intelligent transport system suppliers. So this working group is a mix of these different subjects, because we think that it's very important to have a centric user approach. That's why we'll try to build up use cases, and also this kind of job method is quite natural because we are working also with the Smart Ticketing Alliance, and last meeting was in Cologne, and We follow this approach because we think it's very important to understand the main needs of the user and also about the technicality and also about the intelligent transport system, how they must develop to make easier the access of the user for parking and mass in general. And let me say that it's a very important approach as we have other good experience about guidelines. For instance, in 2016, Club Italia made the first EMV C-less guideline for public transport mobility. At that time, very few people believed that the EMV would have been developed in public transport, but today we can say that EMV is a very common application and a very great support and technical support, which is very large use in Italy. So we hope that this kind of guideline will meet the same goal.
Thanks, Maurizio. The question from my side for Preeti is if they already recognize some business industry newcomers using NFC, also using requiring your new functionality and so on. Did you already identify some new business industry? I mean, of course, mobility and so on, but probably there are other applications that can use this type of functionality.
Yeah, thanks for that question. We see a surge in use of contactless. So what has happened in the last 5 years, especially after COVID, is consumers, users globally have been trained to use the tap, and that has really trained behavior for users. So the users of the technology are looking for more applications where they can use the tap function. And we have, so the biggest, I would say, surge that we are seeing is with digital keys, as well as what we do expect is as we come into the consumer space with IoTs, that the secure provisioning, which would be a use case that would come in there. But these are all consumer use cases that I mentioned to you. What is important to note is this is also opening up in mass many, many use cases which were previously there as a concept, but not really deployed. This is when we are talking about park and ride, so tap and ride. Yeah, so multimodal is becoming true with NFC. And what I would like to emphasize here is use cases where we don't want to align, so open your camera app and align your phone. So this is really surging at this point. We have seen because of inclusion that we are looking at, we get a lot of requests for new use cases where operators as well as service providers don't want to exclude those who have difficulty demographically on aligning the phone, opening the app, aligning the phone, or like yesterday Mr. Diaz was mentioning, we don't want to exclude those who do not want to own a smartphone. So for all of these use cases within mass, which are citizen-centric, we have seen a big surge. We've seen a lot of asks. Some challenges too, and those we like to get other stakeholders of NFC to come into the forum and bring in your challenges. That gives us a fully rounded, error-free certification program as well.
Thank you, Preeti. Question from audience. Any question from audience? Gianluca.
Okay, I have a question for Roland. I know that you are very interested in the development of new project for the parking system, and so now a lot of car park as the charging station. What do you think about to use Calypso card also for enabling customer to charge their car?
Well, indeed, we are seeing that the number of hybrid cars or electrical cars coming in our car parks is increasing very substantially. It increases more in the north, but it starts coming down in our direction also. And so that's one of our major priorities, that our clients who have a P card, which is based on the Calypso technology, can also not only pay actually the time they park or their subscription, but also their electricity. And for example, we have an important client in Antwerp, in Brussels, to give you how flexible this technology is, who says, listen, I have 500 employees who will receive a P card with Calypso technology. Of these 500, I want 200 subscriptions. So the 200 first cards of the 500 who enter the car park, that's the subscription at a specific tariff. As from the 201st card, that's rotation price with a discount, but that's rotation. At the same time, that's only during the working hours. I also want my employees to be able to go in the whole portfolio of interparking, but there you don't invoice to us, you link that consumption of car parking hours to their credit card. And our employees have all electrical cars. The company policy is when the cars are parked, they have to be linked to an EV charger to charge. And that consumption, during and outside the working hours, we pay. So with one card, according to the type of consumption, they are going to be invoiced as subscription to the company, electricity to the company, out of the working hours, private consumption, and rotation. So you can really play with the various types of invoicing on the base of this technology, which gives additional services to your clients.
Any other question from audience? If no, I think that, Gianluca, do you have another one? Or? No, okay. I think that we can close this session. I want to thanks a lot to the panel. Your presentation was very interesting, and I think that we try to shape also the medium-term future of this type of technology and related business. Thanks a lot.
Okay. I want to thank everybody to stay here till the end of the user days. So I feel that it's for me a very wonderful event, and I want to thank you everybody for the support and their application. Now we can say that we close, but before to close our meeting, I wanted you save the date, because in November, like always, we will have our Open Tech Day that will be in Paris the 29th, and after we have the open session at the Peninsula Hotel. And also, I ask you to make your application for the Calypso Awards ceremony. For those who don't know, it's an award for the new project of a Calypso standard evolution or application. So I ask everybody to be there, and I think especially for the Open Tech Day, it's a marvelous option to share everybody the technical development of our Calypso standard. So thank you very much, and see you soon in Paris. And for the people that will have a weekend here in Venice, enjoy the city and have the opportunity to visit a lot of things. The sun will be forecast for all the weekend, so we can have a nice weekend here. For who have to come back at home, I wish you a very pleasure travel to come back. I know there are some problems with some strike for the flights and for the train, but I wish you to come back early and very comfortable. Thank you. In 5-10 minutes, we will have the light lunch, so we can stay all together for more than 1 hour again. See you.